Hey there everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. I hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight. I hope all is well. Apollo and I are out for our Sunday fun day afternoon stuff. We've got to run to the pet store and get him some restocks on a few things. Some goat's milk and probably some bone broth and, just odds and ends. And then we're headed to the dog park. I'm probably going to stop and get myself a snack of some kind. I went and had breakfast with Scott this morning, but it's already a little past 2 p.m. So I'm a little hungry, so I might stop and snag something. And then we're going to go to the dog park. Or it's not really, it's just the open space, the one near Boulder that we've been going to. I'm going to probably do the short loop, just because I don't know if I'm in the mood to do the 7-mile one today. I did bring my sun hat because it's very sunny out. It's not super hot. It's only in the mid to high 60s, but the sun is just out and about. So I brought my sun hat. I'm all slathered up in sunscreen. So we're gonna go do, I'd say the shorter loop, which is like the 3-point-something mile one. It usually takes us about an hour. So I think that'll be a nice loop for a whip and chat. I call it that because I don't really do whip and chats. I mean, this is my whip and chat. I'll give you all we talk diamond painting, we talk life updates. So this is my version of whip and chats, is taking you on little walks and hikes and stuff. So I meant to get out and get going a little bit earlier, but I got caught up listening to Mia's live, and then and we'll talk about diamond painting stuff, but I ended up just getting kind of caught up diamond painting a few sections of this new project. And I did some laundry and some dishes, and I brushed Apollo really, really good. So I just started kind of getting roped into chores and cleaning up the house and stuff. So by the time I finished this last section that I was working on, I was like, ooh, we gotta go now, because I want to get a good walk in and then come back and keep working on that kit, and then take a progress photo, and then just some other stuff. But we'll talk about all the diamond painting of it all when we get to the dog park. This will probably be another situation where I just do this intro clip, and then I'm not gonna get back on until we're on the trail, because I don't want to chat your ears off and then have nothing to talk about when we get there. So yeah, we're just gonna swing by the pet store. Do you have enough air, buddy? Do you want some more? It's really warm. Let me close this. It's probably warming things up quite a bit. There we go. Look at him. He's just like, where are we going? I was going to take him to the dog, to the groomer, the self-wash, to give him a little blowout, but I think the brushing's working out and he's not shedding quite as much as he was over the past month. It's finally starting to slow down. So I think we're done doing the blowout, the blow dry at the dog wash. I haven't washed him since we went on that super long hike, that 14-mile hike. He was really dirty after that, just because of the dust and the dirt and just being outside for that long. But between him kind of cleaning himself, licking his own legs and paws and stuff, and just kind of shedding, he really keeps himself he's still looking bright white. I mean, you can see him back there. I would have assumed by now, because it's been a few weeks, that he'd be kind of dingy, but you're still pretty, huh? Shake. Boop. Thank you. So yeah, he keeps himself looking pretty good. Especially after brushing, his coat just stays white. So I gave him a really good brush, and I sprayed him with his little puppy cologne, and he's doing good. So I'm probably not gonna, unless he gets super dirty in the next few weeks, I'm probably gonna try to go back to doing to doing really less frequent washings, because now he's just not blowing his coat as much as he was. So thank God that's over with, or on the downswing, because that was just rough. Like, every part of me was constantly covered in hair. I mean, he still sheds. The house has a lot of hair in it, but I think the brushing and keeping up with it has really helped. So anyway, all right, well, we're coming up on the intersection for the pet store. It's just a couple minutes down the road. It's right across the street from the lake that we go to. What? So yeah, I was gonna take some pictures of our breakfast this morning, but I'd like to maybe do something tonight with the pals, maybe just grill outside for dinner tonight, or go grab something. I'll have to check and see where everyone's at. Scott went fishing, and he was gonna come with us on a hike, and he's like, I kind of want to go catch some fish. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not quite ready to leave the house. This was like as we were coming home from breakfast. I was like, I'm not quite ready to leave the house. I want to get some diamond painting done, get some chores done. He's like, all right, well, I think I'm going to head out. I was like, well, yeah, let's just reconvene this evening. But we'll talk a little bit more about what's been going on this weekend, all of that stuff here, as soon as I get my little butt on this hike. But we're just pulling up to the pet store. So hang tight. We're going to run in and grab some supplies, and then we'll be on our way. Okay? Bye. Oh, goey dokely. Hi, everyone. So we went to the pet store. I stopped and got myself a snack. And so we're here at the trail, but as you can see, we're going a different way. We usually go around that corner, but this place is jam-packed. The parking lot was packed full. There's people milling around the parking lot, just like humans everywhere. And I was like, ugh, this is not going to be a fun loop. So when I came here last time, when I did the sped up version, I discovered that you can do this longer 7-mile loop that spits you out over here. So this is where we ended last time. But I was like, you know what? I bet you there's a lot less people. So we're gonna cross the street. I could have parked at the parking lot that's over here. I just didn't think that it was gonna be so jam-packed. So we're actually gonna walk over to this other parking lot and then come up and do the kind of the tail end of that 7-mile loop. And I'll probably just do probably about 1.5 miles. Oh my gosh. 1.5 miles out, and then we'll just come back. But yeah, apparently everyone wants to come enjoy this nice weather, which makes sense, but it's just like, sometimes you want a little quiet, but that's okay. I think mainly, I don't really mind it that much when I'm not chatting with everyone. Like, if I'm just doing the time lapse and stuff, I don't care if there's, people coming by every 10 seconds. But when I'm trying to like chat, it's just like, excuse me, I'm talking over here. So that's when it becomes a problem. So, but it's fine. Well, I think it's gonna get quiet on this side because it's just kind of a lonely little road, So I think we'll be okay. It might not be the prettiest because it's just gonna be like along the lonely road, but it'll be fine. So it's more about just getting him some exercise because I do want to let him off. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. We kind of talked a little bit about how the week went. I was thinking in my head on the drive over here, I was like, did I miss anything? So I'll just kind of quickly recap from where we left off. So last time we did a vlog, it was Thursday, and I came out here and we did that hike before I went over to Scott's hockey game, his championship game. And I said to everyone, like, ooh, I'm gonna be cutting it close. Well, we ended up getting a little turned around on that hike. And so I ended up hiking like an extra 1.5 miles longer than we needed to. And then on top of that, and I think you might have seen it in the vlog, at a certain point, Apollo took off after some deer. I had just let him off his leash and he saw these deer and he just took off, like completely gone. And so I spent about 5 minutes panicking and just screaming for him. You'll see in that vlog, it's all done in time, like 4 times speed, but you'll see in that vlog, come on, that it's probably gonna be loud here next to the cars. Sorry. Yeah, you'll see me leave the trail and I'm just screaming for him for like 5 minutes. Can't find him. I pulled up the phone because he's got an air tag on him. And so it actually did find him, and he was like just kind of in the woods a little ways. So I started heading in that direction once I pulled up my phone and found out where he was. But then I started walking in that direction and he started coming back to me. He found me. So thank God he's smart enough to find me, but I was really, really freaking out. I was like, there's roads, like this road is here. There's other roads. I was like, he could run out and chase the deer into a road, and you know, like I just was thinking the worst. Because this isn't, I mean, it's out in nature, but I mean, this is a busy highway, you know? And so that had me freaked out, but he came back, and I didn't try to punish him in the moment or anything like that. I just put him back on leash, and then I let him off leash, and then we just practiced, come back, stay. So that's the first time that he's really just booked it towards wildlife. Usually he freezes and gets scared. So he's getting to be a little brave dog over here, and I'm not loving it. But it wasn't ideal, but it wasn't the end of the world. He came back. We kept practicing. I have a whole pocket full of treats right now, so that's going to be one of our things today, is to hey, I think this is supposed to go like this, maybe, yeah. Come on, let's go. Watch out for the rope. Okay, here we go. So that's one of our things today. We're gonna try to practice him coming back and getting a treat and staying, and then letting him go again. So you're gonna come along for that. But yeah, so by the time we got back down here to the car, the hockey game had already started. It was already like 5 or 10 minutes in. So I kept Apollo with me. It started to really cool down. So I was like, okay, he'll be fine in the car when I get over there. And we just booked it. Like, I took the fastest way I could to get across town to the ice rink, and I caught like the last like 4 minutes of the game. So yeah, I was a little bummed that I missed out on the whole thing, but they won their championship, so that was awesome. But yeah, it was a pretty fun 4 minutes, I'd say. So after that, Scott was like, and then our other buddy Harry was there, and Scott was like, let's go to, you know what, maybe let's see what this trail is. What is it called? Let's see what it says. Dogs must be on handheld leash. Okay, nope, we don't want that. We want to go this way. Dogs must be on leash beyond this point, unless they're under voice and sight control. Okay, let's let this person go by. I'm done with the humans right now. You want to go this way? Come on. let's go. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I booked it, we made it over there, and then Harry was there, so afterwards, Scott and Harry were like, do you want to go out? And keep in mind, this is Thursday night, I still have to work in the morning, and I was like, no. So I left and went home, and did a little diamond painting, and then went to bed. Let's see what this dog is gonna do. Let's see what this boy's gonna do. Let's actually go over here. There we go. So yeah, I went home, just did some diamond painting, went to bed, and then on Friday night, the following evening, I was like, okay, I'll come and have some fun. So we went to this Mexican restaurant that's just down the street from the house, and our roommate / buddy Spencer, he wanted to go there because he loves a skinny marg. It's like his favorite thing is skinny margaritas. He's like, I read on Google that they have some of the best skinny margs around, and we're all just like, okay. And so we went there and got his skinny margs. Apollo, come here, this way. Come here. Easy. Can you stay? Sit. Apollo, can you sit? Want a treat? Sit. You gotta sit. Good boy. Good boy. Let me clip you up. So we got the skinny margs, and he's so funny. He loves finding like a hot deal on like drink specials and stuff. Like he'll research drink specials at different restaurants and stuff. And even if it's a place he's never been to before, he'll be like, well, it says on their Yelp review or their Google review that they do this whatever drink special. So he was operating under the impression that he was going to get a $7 skinny margarita because that's what they had listed on Google or something like that. He doesn't do enough research. That post was from like 4 years ago, like pre-COVID. And so we get there and he's like, $12? I'm sorry, but it said 7 something. Like he puts up a big old stink. I was like, you're such a like chill out. Like he just like, there's never been one time that he's tried to chase down a hot deal. Come on, let's go. Chase down a hot deal at a random restaurant, and it's ever worked out. It's never worked out. Usually, hey, over here, come here. Usually the day's wrong. Easy. Or the time's wrong, or it's an old offer that they don't have anymore. But yet he still insists on trying to like get the cheapest booze he can find. And it's just like, dude, it's never worked out for you. Just pick a place based off of the positive reviews and let's go. So we were giving him a hard time when we got there because it's just like, dude, why do you make us go to these random restaurants? It never works out for you. I mean, granted, they were very good, but they weren't his $7 deal, you know? Hey, stay. And so he was all frustrated that he didn't get his hot deal on skinny margaritas. So anyway, so we went and did that. But they made those margaritas strong. So I had one and I was like already warm. And then we decided to just go to like a bar nearby the house and just keep hanging out. So we ended up going over to this place called Swig Tavern, which is just down the street from the house. And they have pool, and it was free pool Fridays. So they were all playing pool. I don't play pool. I just was hanging out and chatting. I'm not good at it, I'll say that. So I was like, yeah, I'd rather not, because since it's free pool Friday, there was like a long list of people that were waiting to play. And I was like, yeah, I'm not getting on this list and just like
you know, there's better people here that deserve some time. Like, I'm not taking up a slot. So we just hung out and chatted. Come here, Apollo, this side. This way. Over here. Apollo, over here. There you go. Good boy. Stay on this trail with me, huh? So yeah, I just hung out and we ended up getting home. We walked, and I was just like, I shouldn't have had that many. I forget what we were even drinking. I think it was just like, I'm usually a gin and tonic kind of guy. If they have diet tonic water, then that's like A+. So yeah, but I hadn't had a night like that in a long time, so it was fun. But then on Saturday morning, I got up and I was like, ugh, like, I can't do that stuff anymore without really paying the price afterwards. Apollo, easy. Stay. There you go, good boy. Yeah, I'm just not built for that anymore. And so I was like walking around the house like a zombie. But I still got up pretty early. Let's go. Still got up relatively early. Took Apollo for a short walk because I went over to my aunt's house for lunch. And that was actually kind of a surprise. So the day before, on Friday, hold on just a second. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. The day before, on Friday, my aunt sent me a message and was like, hey, your other aunt, her sister, is in town for the weekend. And I had no idea. This is the aunt that was in from town is the aunt that I did Cozy Evening for. And I had just finished that kit a couple days prior. And so she's like, yeah, your aunt's in from Phoenix, just here for the weekend. Do you want to have lunch? And I was like, absolutely. And so I was like, perfect. I don't have to wait until August to give her this kit. I can just give it to her now. So I went over there and they had ordered teriyaki bowls and I gave her a kit. I didn't film it. Once again, I wasn't feeling super hot. And I told them, I was like, we stayed out way too late last night, or pretty late. And I'm just too old for that stuff. So they're like, oh, are you feeling it? I was like, yeah. So they're like, there's some water in the fridge. Let me know. Do you need a Tylenol or something? I was like, no, I'm okay. I just, you know, I'm getting up there, you know? And so we hung out and just chatted for probably a few hours, just kind of catching up and exchanging photos and just kind of, you know, I haven't seen her in a few months, I think since maybe around Christmas time. So it was just nice to catch up, and I won't see her again probably until August when we have the reunion. So it was kind of nice. It was nice to catch up with both of them. So we had lunch, and then I came home, and on the way home, Spencer's already texting me like, hey, where are you? And I'm like, I'm headed home from my aunt's, and I'm gonna lay down. I have a headache. I feel a little queasy. Like, it wasn't I'm paying for the fun that we had. And he's like, oh, well, we're at this and this place getting a beer. And granted, by this time it was already like 3 or 4 o'clock. But I was like, I'm not doing a round 2. So I went home and I took Apollo for another walk. We did like a portion of the lake walk. And then, is that someone running? Oh, they're just walking. Okay. And then I brought him back home and we literally just cuddled on the couch. I diamond painted a little bit and we went to bed. I was like, I simply will not be doing this. So we went to bed really early and I put an audiobook on. And I wish I wouldn't have done that because I still had like 6.5 hours left of it. And when I woke up, it was like, you're done. It's like, I mean, yes, but I don't remember any of it. So I need to go back and remember where I fell asleep. So we woke up early this morning. And like I said, went and got breakfast with Scott. Did some chores stuff, some diamond painting, and now here we are. So that's kind of since the last vlog. Come on, let's go. As soon as we get through this gate, I'm gonna let him off for a little bit of a longer distance. Because I'm trying to, that gentleman that was back there looking, I think he was paying for his parking. He's walking pretty quickly, and I'm like, don't catch up to me. Because then I have to like wait for you to get a far enough distance in front of us that I can not feel weird talking behind you, you know? So I'm gonna try to move it and groove it, you know? Let's see here. Okay. Livestock on property. There you go. Let's go. Let's go through the gate.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
I wasn't necessarily opening that for him, but okay. Hey. So yeah, we're just gonna do this. We're already a mile into it, so we might do like, we'll see. We're just gonna chat, and if I run out of stuff to say, then maybe when I turn around, I'll just pop on my audiobook or something. I left my headphones in the car, but that's okay. Apollo, come here, come here, come here. Sit. Good boy. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Okay, let's go. When we, after he made his great escape on Thursday, let's go. Let's go. Apollo. After he made his great escape on Thursday, I was practicing like calling him but not yelling at him. Go, 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 go. So I was getting him to respond with me just saying his name really quietly. And he actually has such good hearing. Like, he'll be about this far away and I can say his name like very gently, and he just stopped. And it was almost like he took that more seriously than me going like, your name, like really loud, you know? He took the quiet just like calm as like, oh, there must be something really important that I need to listen to. But yeah. Apollo, come here. Stay. Easy. Apollo. Easy. Good boy. So yeah. We're doing our best. We're trying. He's overall a very good dog. He doesn't have the like proper etiquette yet of like dealing with like all these people. Like when he saw a cyclist last time and he like kind of jumped for it a little bit, and I had to like catch him. He didn't get hit or anything, but he was on his leash and he was just like, ooh, I want to see what this is about. And it's like, you're gonna get run over. So yeah. But overall, he's not the worst dog, right, buddy? You do okay. But we've been getting a lot of hikes in, a lot of miles in, a lot of exercise. I feel like the only day that we didn't do like a full like multi-mile workout all last week was, or yeah, for the past week was Saturday, just because I was in rough shape. I think we did like less than a mile. I took him to the lake and I was like, come on, let's go. Okay, back in the car. He's like, what is that? That's it? Come on, hey, let's go. Apollo. So yeah, I let him run around outside and stuff instead, because I was just like, I don't have it in me today, sir. Dad stayed out too late. So, but like I said, it's been a number of weeks, maybe a couple months since we've gone out and had a night like that, just because I've been really focusing on like, okay, Saturday we're doing a 10-mile this, and then Sunday we're doing a this and that. So I don't want to be waking up late or feeling all gross trying to go on like, you know, an 8-mile hike or 10-mile hike. So I just try to, I just have easy nights of just diamond painting and then go into bed. Let's go this way. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Good boy. Come on. Hop up. Let's go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. So yeah, just fairly easy evenings on the weekends, and I think that's how I need it to be. So anyway, it's very pretty up here. I don't think I got to show you guys a good pan of this area because we were doing the quick speed last time. But yeah, this is really nice up here. So if we do the full loop, we go down into a valley off to the west there. But we're not gonna do that today. I'm gonna just kind of keep an eye on the timing and try to get like a full whippin' chat's length of time in, and then we'll see. Good boy. Good boy, let's go. Let's go. He's like, when do I get my next treat? Right? Right, Apollo? Let's go. This way. Come on. Bubba. Hold on. Easy. Stay. Stay. Oh, Apollo. Easy. Hey. Apollo. Stay. Apollo. Do you want... Here. There you go. Can you sit? Can you sit? Can you sit? Come here. Come here. Sit. Can you sit? Come here. Sit. You can do it. Ready? Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. All right, well, no sits, but he did stay enough for me to clip him up, so I'll keep practicing. I'd like to get him to come back when someone's walking up on us and like sit down and let me approach him, but he wants to take his treat and play keep away, and I'm like, you're not getting this until you comply. So yeah. Huh? So yeah, I guess I'm trying to show you some stuff. So this is Boulder, the city of Boulder in front of us. You can see though, I'm not sure if you can see at this distance, but there's some like kind of terracotta buildings there and a little bit straight ahead with red roofs. So it's way out there, but that's the CU Boulder campus, the college there in town. One of these days we'll have to walk around in Boulder proper so you can get a good peek. As soon as this guy passes, we'll let Apollo off again. Okay. I'm worried he's gonna like full on chase that lady down even though she's so far away. He kind of has this look of like, I can beat her. Got another cyclist coming down. Sorry, buddy, I'd like you to be off leash more, but there's too much traffic today. We haven't even talked diamond painting stuff yet. And people just like come screaming down, and it's like, how do you corral your dog? You've only got like a few seconds to get them to move, otherwise someone's gonna get hurt. So I just have to keep my ears open, and I'm constantly churning around. But anyway, so diamond painting stuff. I guess we can get to it. Apollo, easy. Come here. Come on. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here's your treat. You get goat meat for that. Good boy. Good boy. I got him this like big old pack of, it's 100% goat meat. It's like dehydrated goat meat. And they can, you can use them as food toppers or treats. And so he has those. And I got them on sale because they expire, I think, at the end of like May or something. So I was like, let's use these as training treats and try to get rid of them because I actually have had them sitting around for a little bit already. Got 2 more. Oh my word. I'm sorry, buddy. You should have probably just come at night. But that's okay. We're still getting our walks in. Be careful for the cactus. Good boy. Easy. This is annoying and too many humans. Let's see. One more for right now. Hold on. That person was on like one of those super thin wheeled road bikes. Like, you might be a little ill prepared for for this. I was wondering why he was going so slow, but I'm sure he's sitting on that bike like, ow, 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 ow. Oh, I thought that was a good idea. Okay, let's let you off again until this runner catches up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound annoyed. People can come out here and, I mean, it's a beautiful Sunday. Like, of course, there's a lot of people, but it's just like, I'm trying to train my dog. Right? Right? So anyway, diamond painting stuff. Maybe we'll try to talk about as much as we can. So as far as whips go, I finished Cozy Evening. So that was done and off the table. And I ended up pulling down Senorita. And I did about 3 sections of that. And then all of that stuff kind of started happening with DIY Moon Shop, where I just had that customer service interaction with them. Oh, hold on. Apollo, easy. Come here. Come on. Come to me, child. Good boy. Good boy. Hang on a second, guys. I promise I'll be able to tell this story. Here, let's just stop for a minute. Good boy. Okay. Give him a minute. Let's create some distance here. So yeah, it's never gonna stop. There's gonna be constant people coming to and fro. Okay, let it go. Just because there's other humans in the world doesn't mean you have to get all upset, Anthony. So yeah, that stuff, happened with DIY Moon Shop, where I, was able to hear back from their customer service or the shop owner, and didn't, I wasn't necessarily planning on working on that kit right away. Hi. I wasn't necessarily planning on working on that kit right away. I figured maybe they would offer me some sort of replacement drills or, something like that. And then I'd wait for them. But that email exchange was just kind of like, sorry, not sorry, from them. So I was like, okay, well, I need to figure this out on my own. And I think this would make really good and informative content of like how I'm gonna hand render or hand chart some of this stuff. I was like, I'd like to get this up sooner than later. Just get this all done as a series. Get this all done as a series, and just start posting some content about it, because I'd like to wrap it up by the time Summer with the Master starts, if I can. And that a lot of that is dependent on how much time I can devote to diamond painting. And when I get my replacement or substitute drills in from Jaded Gem Shop. So we'll see. I might have to push it out into June a little bit, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this my new whip. I have about a month and a half to put this together, and I think I can make it happen. So I was like, let's just start on it now. So I put Senorita back up. However, I am gonna work on Senorita intermittently and put some progress photos up of that kit on Instagram, and I'll be able to talk about it, because I had so much fun working on it. I was like, I forgot how much I like confetti squares. I don't know why, but I just really enjoy like a high confetti kit with square drills, good square drills that, of course, but yeah. So I was like, I'm having a blast with Senorita. I just put on the audiobook and would just go to town. And of course it takes longer. I don't complete as much as I would complete with like a round drill canvas or a high confetti round drill, but look at that view. Gorgeous. But it's a lot of fun. So I was like, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna do one column of McKeeling, and then one or two sections of Senorita, and I'm just gonna alternate just to kind of keep my interest up. But so that's what I started doing yesterday, and then this morning is I was working on McKeeling. So that is my new whip. It jumped the line. So Crimson Oracle probably not going to get done until later this year. The same with Star Maker. So right now my goal is to get McKeeling done, and then some more progress on that Jaded Gem Shop kit. And then I'll most likely be working on, I'll also be kind of dabbling with that cross-stitch conversion project that I'm doing on the side. That shop is almost ready to launch, at least at the time of filming this. From what I understand, it's going to be happening very soon. So I have an unboxing of that kit, and then I'll probably be doing a whip and chat. And then I'll also be doing a video where I walk people through how to order from the shop, kind of a site walkthrough. So that should actually be coming soon. I hope soon, like as in days away, not weeks away. But I'll keep you posted on that. If you watch any of Mia's lives, you'll know what the shop is and the shop owner. We discussed it in detail earlier today, Sunday. So hold on just a second. Okay. So yeah, hopefully you'll see all that stuff coming very soon. So, yeah, so I've got that going, and then, what else? So yeah, no other whips, no other progress on anything else. I did get a chance to kit up, and we'll talk about my experience so far with McKeeling here in a second. That's what I'm gonna kind of wrap stuff up with. And we've done 1.74 miles. So I'll probably just finish talking to you going in this direction, and then maybe I'll do a time lapse of us coming back with some music, and that'll be that. So this wasn't a super long, like multi-mile all day. Absolutely not. He just picked up like a little piece of felt or something, but he dropped it right away. This won't be like a multi-mile, multi-hour anything. I'm gonna try to get back to the house and rotate laundry, finish tidying up, but I'd really like to power through another bit of diamond painting, but we'll get there. Okay, so as far as filming some stuff, I ran dry on unboxings. I've always, not boasted, but I've always talked about being so far ahead, like I'm weeks, months ahead with unboxings, because I used to film them like 3 or 4 at a time in one go, and then just schedule them all once a week. But we've got, I think someone coming up, maybe? No, oh yeah, he is. This way, Baba. We're near the creek, and he loves the creek. You going this way? He's so excited about the water. He was like wigging out last time we came here because he wanted to run and jump and play in the water. And I was like, sir, you might want to be careful. So last time we came up here and then went on this bridge, if you can see that. We came up that way and went up this bridge and that way. So this is a different trail, but we're gonna, come on, buddy. We're gonna give it a shot. And I think I'm gonna let him off so he can go run down in the riverbank. It's not a super fast moving stream or anything like that. And he loves wigging out about the water. So I don't know what it is, but he just gets really like crazy around water somehow, for some reason. Come on, let's go. Be careful, that's really steep. I trust you though, kind of. Okay, so anyway, since I'm all dry on unboxings, I filmed 5 of them back to back, and they were all Distracted by Diamonds kits. I'm really jazzed. I don't know exactly which day I'll be posting this, but Distracted by Diamonds is doing their spring launch on the 18th of April, and so I was just like, you know what a fun way to kind of like celebrate them having a new season of launches. And I'm curious to see what, if anything, there will be in terms of old masters. I'm very curious. So I was like, you know what? I'm really jazzed about Distracted by Diamonds right now. So let me, Apollo, stay. Easy, easy, stay. Good boy. Wow, that was really good. Hi. Okay. Okay. I'm really jazzed about Distracted by Diamonds, so I just unboxed 5 of my kits. Oh, Apollo, hold on. Easy. Good boy. Thank you. Here you go. Here you go. Good boy. Yes. Good, how are you? Okay. Let's get a little further up and see what we're dealing with as far as humans. Come on. Come on. So yeah, I had a lot of kits that I had yet to unbox from Distracted by Diamonds. I even have a few that I unboxed without filming them kind of earlier on in my channel. So I don't have the boxes anymore.
They have a good exhibition stuff, but
This way.
they had one that was like,
Hi.
hi. Pretty big.
Okay. Go. So I have a few that I'm so sorry for all these like random pauses and breaks and like inconsistent talking, but I'm just trying to make sure that he's okay when people are cycling by. Let's go. Look at him. This boy's gonna fall in this damn water. Follow. Come on. This way. Let's go, baby. Hop up. Oh. What happened? Did you take a dip? Let's see what this sign says. Apollo, this way. It says dogs. Okay, perfect. And no bicycles. Yes, this is what we wanted. Ha ha ha! We found our freedom. It said dogs can be off leash if they're under voice control, and no bicycles are allowed. So that's kind of perfect. So I feel like a weight has been lifted. Okay, so you good? Yeah, he's fine. He was jumping. There's some like reeds and like some thicker straw kind of grasses near the water, so I was a little worried that his little paws were gonna get hurt. Come on, let's go. Go, go, go. Are you jazzed now? Oh my goodness. So look, he gets so dirty like that, like when he's out here and about, but then it just comes off of him, you know? You'd think that he'd be like yellow or something, but it just kind of comes off. So anyway, I filmed those 5 unboxings back to back to back on Saturday night. Let's go. Let's go. No, was that last night? Yeah, it was last night. It was last night. So I filmed, it was like kind of mid-afternoon, but I filmed 5 of those back to back to back. And my unboxings are pretty straightforward and quick. Like I can get an unboxing filmed in less than 10 minutes. Sometimes they're a lot longer if I'm really wanting to dive into like how I'm going to chart the, you know, do any sort of enhancements, or if I'm seeing anything that I might want to change up. It might take me a little bit longer, or if the toolkit is big. But sometimes these Distracted by Diamonds kits are smaller kits, straightforward, very beautiful. I'm not thinking right off the bat I'm going to enhance them in a ton of different ways. And the toolkits are pretty straightforward too, so it's just kind of like boom, boom, boom. So I was able to get 5 of them done. So you're most likely going to be seeing a lot of Distracted by Diamonds unboxings through Apollo. Stay, come here. You want a treat? Come on. You are not chasing those cyclists. Okay, sit, sit. Apollo, Apollo, you sit. Come on, sit. Good boy. Okay. Okay. Good boy. He's looking at those cyclists like he wants to run up there. So we're not gonna let that happen. Okay, let's go. So yeah, I got all those done. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of Distracted by Diamonds unboxings probably through this month and partway through May. And then I'll switch over to my unboxing / kitting ups of my Old Masters kits that I've selected for summer with the Masters. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. This way. This way. So that's what's going to happen through May. And then I'm trying to think of what I want to do as far as unboxings for June. I was thinking I'd like to do them themed to Old Masters for June and July. I just don't think I have enough Old Masters kits to do that. Maybe, and who knows, I may end up having some more find their way to me between now and then. So I'll just do them more impromptu than doing them so far out. So yeah, maybe I'll have enough. I'd have to do 8, one a week for 8 weeks. So I'll have to look and see. Maybe I can do all Old Masters unboxings through both of those months. We'll see. But anyway, I have a lot of kits. I was mentioning this up by the water. I have a lot of kits that I unboxed just on my own, not recording it, just out of sheer excitement. So I don't have the boxes anymore. I threw them away, and the drills are in Ziploc, like gallon-sized zippered bags. And then the canvases are just hanging up in my closet. So I want to ask you all, listeners, watchers, subscribers, would you be okay with me doing an unboxing without the box? Like just seeing the canvas maybe upside down on the table, and then I'll reveal it by flipping it over, and then we'll just do a review of the DMCs, because I don't even have the toolkits anymore. Like a lot of that stuff I either gave away or threw away. So it would just be canvas, drills, identifying where the ABs are, that kind of stuff. Apollo, come here, come here. Oh yeah, oh good boy. Ready? Can you sit? Good boy, shake. Can you shake? Up, sit, shake. Oh yeah, nice. Good boy. Good boy, yeah. He's such a cutie. So let me know what you think. Is that something that you would like? This way. Apollo, come on. Good boy, let's go. Or is an unboxing need to truly be the box opened? Because if that's the case, I probably have maybe like 10 kits that I never filmed. They're just there. So let me know what you think. So anyway, so I got those done, and then I ended up unboxing my pre-packaged kit for Summer with the Masters Lady with the Fan. So that won't go up until May sometime. I still need to film the kitting up. In that first clip of the unboxing, I was like, all right, now let's cut over to kitting it up. And because of my brain, I went to go grab my sticker sheets, and I realized that I'm out of one of the colors. I'm out of yellow. And so I was like, well, I can't kit this up if I'm missing a yellow. So I ordered another pack off of Amazon. They should be here today. And so I can do that kitting up this evening, ideally. Apollo, come here. Come on. You want a treat? Let's go. Let's go. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Okay, let's go. So yeah, I got half of that done. So hopefully those stickers will come today, and then I can start kitting that up. And we'll have that prepped and ready to go. So between that and what I filmed with my Distracted by Diamonds kits, I should be good with unboxings until June. Fingers crossed. Maybe even one of those could go after June. We'll see. Or after, I'm sorry, August is what I would put one of those if I have enough. Distracted by Diamonds unboxings. So that's what I did, is I kind of grabbed all my boxed Distracted by Diamonds kits, and I was just like, boom, boom, boom. And so next time I need to do that, I'll probably do the same thing, because now I don't have, other than the ones that are open, I don't have any more Distracted by Diamonds to share. So either I do the ones that are open, or we pick a different company. And so if that's the case, then I might just do all my craftablies in one big go. And then I think that would be it. Other than obviously Diamond Art Club, I have a ton that need to get unboxed from Diamond Art Club, and a few that are open. So you'd have to, like I said, let me know if that's okay if they don't have their box or their toolkits. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do them in batches like that. And of course, I've got some kits that are on their way. They're all from Jaded Gem Shop. I've got Autumn by Alphonse Mucha. I've got Sultana by Henry Clive. I have Cleo by Henry Clive, and then I have the Garden of Earthly Delights centerpiece, center image from Hieronymus Bosch. So I have those 4. So those will need to get unboxed too. And let's see, I think the Alphonse Mucha, maybe some of the Henry Clives, will have to check the years. But definitely the Hieronymus Bosch. So I'll at least have 2. If those come in between now and July, then I can include those in the Old Masters unboxings. So that's kind of what's been going on as far as filming. Now that those unboxings are done and I get that kitting up done, then it's really going to probably just go back to me doing vlog, kitting up until Summer with the Masters time. And I'm still kind of just workshopping what I'm going to do there. I'd like to do a spotlight on Gustav Klimt and Ernst Haeckel and do a whip and chat for each of those. So I think that's going to be 2 of my 4 videos, and I don't mind sharing this now. You guys are awesome, so I don't mind being transparent. I don't know. I went back and forth of like, do I just keep that close to like surprise people? But it's like, it's fine. So I think those are going to be 2 of my videos, and then I'd like to do some kind of museum trip. Sorry about that. I might clip that out because I yelled loud. There was some dogs that came up over the ridge. I was like, oh, are they nice? Are they not nice? But they were nice. I don't think those are Weimaraners because they're not gray, but whatever the brown dog that looks like a Weimaraner is, they're very cute. And one of them went right to my pocket where I have the goat treats. And I was like, can you have a treat? He's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna leave you alone. I was like, that's fine. Very cute. Apollo, hey, you can't just run off. See, that's the kind of stuff like we need. He kind of thought about staying, but he was like, no, I'm running away from you. So it's the kind of stuff like that, like I need to teach him to like yield regardless of what's around him, but he hasn't figured that out yet. So last time we were up here, he chased deer. Apollo, come here. See, if there's nothing to chase down, he's not gonna go. I think we should turn around here in a minute because this is gonna put us at about 6 miles. I could have done that whole loop that I was like, ooh, let's not do that, it's too long. Now here I am talking your ear off. Hey, let's turn around, buddy. Come on, let's go this way. I'm trying to get home in diamond paint, boy. All right, so yeah, the Summer with the Masters, I think I'll try to do some research on those 2 artists. I mean, Ernst Haeckel is actually like a biologist, botanist, scientist, so I think I'm curious to see how much I can dive into his history, but also a very excellent illustrator and painter. So I'm curious to see what I can do there. And of course, Gustav Klimt, that I'm gonna have plenty to pull from there. I mean, he's a very well-known and kind of old master's master. So I'll have plenty to talk about with Gustav Klimt. Wonder if Apollo's ever messed with ants. I feel like, I don't know why I said that, but there's a big old ant pile, and like sometimes you'll see dogs like get really interested in ants and they'll get on them and they're like licking them and stuff, but he doesn't seem to care. So that's going to be 2 of them. I would love to go to the museum. I submitted an application to do like a press walkthrough with photography and video at the Denver Art Museum, but that's usually reserved for actual publications and magazines and stuff. I don't know how legitimate me being like, I'm doing this as for a diamond painting video. Like, I just don't know if they're gonna be like, no, that's not a thing. Apollo, let's go. So we'll see what they say. I filled that out last week and I haven't heard anything back. So if I can't do that, then I'm just gonna keep researching where I can find Old Masters artwork in Colorado and see if there is a smaller museum that, or gallery that has something that I can go take a look at. So yeah. Apollo. Easy. Stay. Go. Hold on. Apollo. Stay. Good boy. Come here. You sit. Can I sit? Shake. Pow. Nice. Thank you. So yeah, that's one of the ideas I had was to find some old masters here locally to show folks. I also had the idea of maybe trying to cook something from that time similar to what I did before, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know about making, well, I guess Ernst Haeckel is from 1902, and, Moose and a Lob Moose, and then I forget when Lady with the Fan was made, but I mean, I guess I could, or do something based off of, their like cultural background or heritage. I could do something, but I don't know. That was just kind of a maybe. And then I'd also potentially like to do a shop spotlight, or maybe multiple small shop spotlights all in one longer video, talking to these shops about the old masters that they carry in their collections, why they picked those, and maybe if there's like a special meaning or connection to them, and that kind of thing. So some shops that have old masters, like, why did you pick that piece, and is there a meaning to it behind, a meaning behind it to you, that kind of stuff. So I was like, that would be kind of cool to do a shop spotlight, but like around robin, where it's like, all right, now we have, Elizabeth and Edward from Enabler's Outpost or Jade Gem Shop. So I might start reaching out to some shops to see if they'd be willing to do maybe like a 10-minute segment. And then I can do like maybe, 2, 3, or 4 of those. So those are my ideas for my 4 videos so far. I have a lot more, but that's kind of what I've narrowed it down to. Ugh, sorry. I got a bunch of dust on my nose. Ugh. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then of course, we still need, for Summer with the Masters, I still need to discuss with Katie about sponsors and stuff, getting that lined up. I think she's kind of probably would be the main point of contact, since she's done it, for the past 2 years. And so I think shops would be more apt to reach out to her about that. And then there's a couple that I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind asking them directly. So I think I might work on that this week, is putting that list together and start reaching out to some small shops and be like, hey, how can we collaborate? How pretty. I love coming up over little ridges like this. Very beautiful. Okay, so the last topic, I guess, is maquiling. Hey, hold on. Apollo, stay. Stay. Good boy. At first he was like, whoa, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just trying to clip you up. I should have made my presence known rather than just walking up behind him. It's like, what are you doing? Also the announcement video for Cross Stitch Conversion 2023 went up. I forgot about that. So that actually got filmed, or we had our meeting, our StreamYard call, and initially we were going to do it all together on one video. I think we might have already talked. No, we didn't. And then we made the decision just to record them separately, and then I was going to stitch them together. That's right, I was talking about needing to do that. Well, did it, and that went up this past Friday, and that was a lot of fun. I think it came together really well. And so now the Facebook group is live, and we already have, I think, about 40 people on that Facebook group. I made the mistake of marking it as public when I guess private is preferred. I am bad about Facebook, and I'm bad about Facebook groups. I've never been good at moderating them or setting them up, even though I've had one in the past for skincare. I'm not the best. So luckily Hannah and Sophie are there to provide an assist, but I made it private, but it takes 3 days for that to take effect. So that should happen at the time of filming this tomorrow. So it'll be private. So I think that does mean though that we have to approve people as they join. And then we posted our announcement video there, and then I also created a Google Doc for a list of shops for cross-stitch patterns and cross-stitch conversion supplies. So we have that. I just need to link all that in the group. There's just, you have to get all this stuff built out, and it just hasn't. Once the group was set up and I put the video up, I was like, okay, I'm leaving this alone for a while. So I don't plan on living and breathing that group, to be completely honest. Like, I'm just not. I try not to be on my phone like that much. So if you are on that group right now, and you're like, I need this. Where's this? I'm missing this, or I have questions. Hannah, like I said, Hannah and Sophie are doing an excellent job, but I think what I'm going to do is set aside time once a week to go in there and just spend a couple hours, liking people's stuff, responding to any questions that haven't been answered, or if I want to provide my insight on them, even if Hannah and Sophie already did, add some content, make sure the list is updated, like just do that once a week until we actually get closer to the actual event, and then I'll be a little bit more active on there. But I just don't have the bandwidth to like check that multiple times a day or anything like that. That's just not my speed, especially since we're so far out from the event. So I will make sure this week to get, if Sophie or Hannah haven't done it already, I will make sure to get the Google Doc with the shops on it, and I will make sure to what was the other thing that I needed to put up there? I guess I could type out the rules and stuff too. But yeah, I'm gonna touch that for about an hour or so once a week until we get closer. And then I'll also look at my calendar and see which day makes the most sense for me to start or which time makes the most sense to start doing the cross-stitch conversion live Q&A. We'll be doing that as a team. I don't know how frequently Sophie and Hannah will be able to jump on, but I plan on scheduling that every other week or once a month. It just depends on how this summer goes. I already have like several weekends set aside for camping. Like, my buddies are already in full like, what are you doing this day? What are you doing this weekend? We're going here. We're doing this. I'm like, okay, well, I still need to do my diamond painting stuff, but this is my summer life, is like all outside, all camping all the time. So it may end up being once a month, or maybe I'll just put tentative dates, and if Sophie and Hannah want to jump on that day and kind of run the show, then I think that would be awesome. So anyway, it's going to be Sunday, and I think it's going to be 1 p.m. Mountain Time. So that is, what would that be? Noon Pacific, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, I think, is what that will end up being. I wanted to do it between Mia's live and Shay's live. I still need to ask Randy, because that would still work, I think. It wouldn't be overlapping her time, I don't think. But there's only so many time slots in the day, and there's a lot more content creators than there ever have been that do lives. So I'm not 100% concerned about stepping on toes, but I do want to at least give people a heads up. It doesn't necessarily mean I would change the time, but I just like to let people know. So I'm thinking Sunday at 1, because I listened to Mia's live and she went for about an hour and a half today, hour and 45 minutes. So I'm like, okay, well, if I go on 2 hours after her, that should give Mia enough time to do her full live. Sometimes she goes longer, sometimes she goes shorter, but it would ideally provide a little bit of a buffer. And then it would be an hour, like that would go right into Shay's live, I think. Would it? I think so. That would go right into her live time. No, actually, it wouldn't. That would still give another hour between ours ending and hers starting. So I think I think it'll work. I, I think it'll work. It's the best I can do. To be honest, it's the best I can do. I don't want to do a weekday, because when I get home, I immediately grab Apollo and we go for hikes. And we're going to be going on longer and longer ones as I try to work out more, and the nights get longer, or the days get longer. So I'm like, I don't want to commit to coming home after a long day of work and then trying to rush and grab Apollo and do a quick little walk or something and then have to get on live. Like, I'd rather just take him, do 4 miles, 6 miles, and then, speaking of which, we're at 3 miles. And then we can, oh my gosh, sorry. And then I can come home and do dinner. Like, weekdays just they're not gonna fly for me. So it's gotta be a weekend. And I was like, I want it to be probably on a Sunday, because a lot of times when we go camping, we'll leave Friday night and then camp Friday night and then hang out all Saturday, and sometimes camp Saturday and then leave super early on a Sunday, or we'll just do the Friday, Saturday. But it would be harder for me to do a weekend trip if I had a live on a Saturday. So that's what made sense in my head. And then I was like, on the days that I'm not camping, I can still get a good morning hike in on a Sunday. If we get up at 6 o'clock and just hit the road and get a hike done, I can be back home by, 11 o'clock noon and still be able to take a shower and freshen up in time for the live. So it's what makes the most sense for my lifestyle. And so I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I didn't want to go too late on Sunday, because I'm like, I kind of like my Sunday evenings to be quiet, where I can prepare myself for work, kind of regroup, reset, get back into work mode. So I was like, yeah, Sunday, 1 o'clock, that actually works really well. So, and then I can also listen to Mia's live if I want to, and then Shay's live after. So it's like, this will work for me. So Sunday at 1 o'clock is Mountain Standard Time is what I'm thinking I'll end up doing. And it's just going to be an hour long, hard stop at 1 hour. And it's just going to be answering all your cross-stitch conversion questions. So if you need help working on putting together a pattern or rendering, if you need help doing some hand charting to make adjustments, anything like that. If you want help shopping, if you want to go to a couple of different pattern sites so we can look up sizing together and colors together. If you need help figuring out Pattern Keeper or Markup RXP, if you need help downloading apps, uploading your PDFs, like whatever that is, I can help you with that to the best of my ability, and so can Hannah and Sophie. So that's what those lives are going to be, is just getting people ready for the event and helping them so it's just to try to make it feel less intimidating, and we'll do an hour every other week or every month, and it'll be either one of us by ourselves or a combination of the two or all three, to help you out. So this way, Bubba. Good thing we brought your water bowl in the car, because this is longer than I thought we were gonna go. Whew. I was like, ooh, it'll be a quick one. We've already been talking for almost an hour and 20 minutes. That's me. So yeah, it was like, not right here, but like a little bit further up where Apollo took off for those deer. It was like kind of around this corner. So I was running up all in this hill right here, screaming for him, and then he came bounding up from over there. So they must have darted this way, but then the river's right there, the stream, so then they cut back up the hill, and he must have tried to chase them. For a good while, he came back and he was like so out of breath. It's like, yeah, you have fun there, bud? Because I am also out of breath and I'm crying a little. So yeah, but that's the plan with the event stuff right now. Other than that, what do you think, buddy? Beautiful? You love it? Is this a good walk? Come here. I love you with all my heart. Oh, you're such a sweet boy. You're such a sweet boy. Oh, oh, I love you. Okay, okay. We can cuddle later. Let's go. So, McKeeling. We'll end there. Like I said, I wasn't anticipating on starting that right away, but Jade's gonna be able to get those drills ordered and out to me relatively quickly, because it's not like a normal kit where they have to print the canvas, you know what I mean? They just need to pull the drills in the amounts that I need. So she was like, it might actually come faster than my normal, 4 to 12 weeks. Like, I might even be able to get these just thrown in with my next shipment whenever, when that gets shipped in a week or so. And they'll just pull the drills and throw them in there, because you're not waiting in line for canvas to be printed and all of that stuff. And I was like, okay. So it's like, dang, if she can get those to me within the next, 3 weeks, then I might have a decent chance of getting this whole series of fixing the color charting done by summer with the masters, or at least early into June. So what are you doing? Sometimes my Apple Watch shines a reflection on the wall or the carpet or the wall or the floor in the house, and Apollo will like chase after it because he thinks it's something, and I'm like, it's just my watch, dude. But anyway, I think he was doing that for just a second there. Oh, we're going uphill, I can feel it. So I was like, all right, well, if she can get those to me in that amount of time, and I'm not getting any indication that DIY Moon Shop is going to come back and say, oh, actually, we'll get you those colors, or we did run it through our software. I don't think they care, to be completely frank. And that is not me being over exaggerating the situation. I just, they made it pretty apparent from their email exchange that there aren't any issues. The problem might be with my monitor's brightness or whatever. So I'm not expecting them to respond to my last email where I once again just said these are the wrong colors. I think they're just, it doesn't matter to them. So I was like, well, I'm not waiting for them to make it right. I'm gonna be able to get these drills faster than I thought. Let me just get started on this. Let's get it done. So I started on that last night and this morning, and other than the colors being off, that is a good, it's a fine kit. It's fine. The canvas material is like a soft lint, but like a thinner soft lint, which I don't mind. Hold on. Hi. Wow, look at the view from up here, even higher. Well, we saw it coming down, but it's still it still impresses me. It's a soft lint, not a thick plush, more thin, but I don't mind it. The corner still hasn't completely laid down, so it's even the corner that I'm diamond painting, and it kind of brushes up against my wrist when I'm diamond painting because it's not flat on the table. It's still kind of curled, but not bad. nothing out of the ordinary. The cover paper is like that thin cover paper, but it's not tearing, it's not, it's not splitting or anything. It's, once again, fine. I will say the glue is a little problematic. And hold on just a second. Hi. The glue is a little problematic. From what I can tell, it's a little thinner in some areas than others. Like whatever machinery they're using to apply their layer of poured glue doesn't seem like it's totally consistent. Hold on. Hi. It doesn't seem like it's totally consistent, and it's more on the edges of one of the long ends. So I'm working on it in columns. So column, column, column. So I'm on the first column in the top corner, working my way down, and that edge, that very left-hand edge, I'd say the first like 4 or 5 drills in, it's not super sticky glue, and I feel like my drills slide a little bit. It almost is like the glue's wet, is kind of what is the best I can put it to. They don't really stick and hold in place. Like you put a little pressure on them and they just kind of go, woo, oh, yeah. And then if you put a drill next to them and that slides, it just pushes them around a little bit, which is kind of frustrating. So you just have to be very gentle when you're placing those drills. And I noticed that I have to really dirty up my Mary Mud because that glue just doesn't have enough grab to pull the drill off. And it's not the whole canvas so far. Like I've only noticed it on the edge, the far left hand edge of the kit. And like I said, it goes in for about 4 or 5 drills and then it feels different. It feels a little thicker. I can single place like crazy, and I'm not having to like, okay, stick, okay, oh, no, okay, stick. Apollo thought I was talking to him. Okay, do you want a treat for that? Sit. He thought I was telling him to do something. There you go, good boy. We might lose battery here in a second, but I have a backup in... Do I? Yep. Do I? Oh no. I might lose you. I thought I brought a backup battery. I didn't. Oh, yes I did. Okay, there it is. So, yeah, that's the only thing I've noticed. But like I said, I just have to be gentle with my placement. And for whatever reason, once the drills are down and they kind of sit on the glue, kind of settle, I don't feel like, I haven't really tried to push them. I'm still kind of, babying this canvas a little bit. But I didn't feel like, I wasn't super worried about them just kind of sliding right off. It almost felt like once they got placed, the glue kind of set with them a little bit. But maybe when I get home, I'll be a little bit more rough with it. I probably would still recommend sealing it, or I would seal it if I was gonna display this canvas, just to be on the safe side. But it wasn't so egregious. Like if it was the entire section I was working on was just a slidey mess, I'd be like, all right. But it's just been like I said, like the edges. It's almost like when the canvas when that machinery got to the end of it, it kind of thinned out a little. I don't know. I've never seen that process in action, so I don't know how that looks. But yeah, it's fine. I will say the drills, I really like them. The drills, those round drills, I've never really been fussy between acrylic and resin. I just want to put some of Jade's resin drills on there to show like maximum quality. So very minimal trash, like little tiny beads of acrylic, but nothing that I haven't seen in any other company. Very consistent sizing for the most part, like no issues there. The one thing that is a little interesting is I noticed a couple of my colors, the round drills have facets cut into them, almost like a Diamond Art Club or some place that has those specific, like Diamond Dots also does it. But so some colors are like that. Other colors, or most of the colors, are just like the button style drills. Apollo, come here. Come here. Come here. Whoa, hi. Whoa, hi. Here you go. Here you go. You little beef jerky boy. It's not jerky, but you know what I mean. Shall we wait for this other gentleman to come up? Hi. You're doing good, buddy. Hi. I think I need to get a bike so we can bike. Apollo, what do you think? So yeah, the drills are actually really nice. And the only thing that I've noticed, it's not a con, I just thought it was interesting that some colors have that like cut faceted look and some just have that smooth kind of button style drill. So it's just like, I wonder if that is just like different runs of their product, or if some drills are old. Like I don't know, I've never seen it where that's that different. Like I know like Diamond Art Club used to have like square drills that were a combination of 9 and 13 facets, but I've never seen like completely smooth and faceted mixed together in one kit. So I don't know, I just thought that was kind of interesting. But other than that, no real issues. Like it's not a bad time working on this DIY moonshop kit. I will say, upon further like look at it now that I'm really close, the actual rendering of the image itself, not the colors, but I'm talking like where colors were put, it's just, I feel bad for continuing to harp on it, but it just very clearly hasn't been hand charted. Like no one looked at this. There's just these color transitions, especially in the clouds, that just make sense if you just pulled a software rendering. Like it just adds too many, and it's not, I don't say unnecessary confetti. I don't have a problem with confetti necessarily, but it's not even that. It's like, if you look at the image, those clouds are bordered in black, but when that's run through the software, if you don't have those colors, number of colors turned down, it's gonna pick, like this is black, but then this is a super dark gray, and then this is like an ever so slightly dark gray, and then this is gonna be a really dark forest green because that's next on the color wheel, like whatever that is. So you get all these colors that just don't make sense for, hold on, stay, easy. I can't see over this hill. You just get a lot of these colors that don't really make sense for where they are in the canvas. Like a computer might think that that's what's necessary because of those very subtle nuances in the artwork. Maybe like slight color changes, but you're talking like minuscule. So it's almost like if I drew a black line on a piece of paper with black ink. Okay, sorry, let's let these folks pass. Over here, this side. Good boy, stay. Easy. Okay. Okay, so that cut off, but basically what I was trying to say is like if I drew with a black marker a line on a piece of paper, and we're gonna try to turn that into a cross-stitch conversion, right? That line. So, hold on. Okay. So a lot of that software is gonna read that and blow it up really big to get all the colors that are creating that. Maybe towards the edge of the line, it's a little lighter. Hi. Hi. Maybe, maybe there's lined paper, and so there's areas that are going to have a tinge of blue running behind it. And I don't know what that looks like for digital artwork. Like maybe when someone's creating digital artwork and is creating like line detail, that maybe there's some filters and some blurring and some mixing involved. So to a human eye, it looks like a black line, but when you really zoom in, there's all these little nuances and stuff going on with the color shading. So I'm thinking that's what happens. I'm starting to get really fascinated with this whole like rendering thing because of this. So even though it was a really bad experience, it's actually helping me to stretch myself and like try to understand like what goes into creating like a good rendering. And so anyway, all of that's to say, hey, what? Are you breaking? Are you erroring out? He's like, no, I want water, jerk. I didn't think we were going this long, so we're almost back though. So that black in the clouds ends up having like forest green and like a weird purple and some red. Like it's just strange. It's strange looking. And I didn't account for that because I didn't do that much editing. Dude, what's up? Okay, we might have to wrap it up. He's having... Dude, hey. Stop. Let's go. Apollo. He's like nipping at my leg and at my hand and stuff. I think he wants off his leash, but we're too close. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna hold you like this until you calm down. Sorry, guys. I think he also wants to play chase, but we're almost done. Let's go. So yeah, there's just I don't know, it's just weird. Like drill is fine, canvas quality is fine, glue is so-so, but I can live with it. It's just, like I said, it's very, very apparent that no human eye has gone through and made adjustments to it. I know that I think DIY Moonshop does claim or does state that they hand chart their images, and maybe they do with certain ones, or maybe they did it at a certain time. But this being one of their oldest images, it's very apparent that no one's looked at it. That same black line that they've charted like 9 different colors in, a company that hand charts would come through and be like, nope, that needs to be all black. It's black outline around a cloud. You know, like it's almost like if you were to look at like a Mandy Manzano piece, and then rather than having all the black bordering and stuff, it would be like all these different colors, you know. So that's the difference. And then again, in the flowers that are around it, they're these purple flowers, but they randomly have this like pink in there. And that is a computer, the software, trying to differentiate subtleties in color difference. But sometimes it wigs out a little bit and it's like pink, you know, rather than just leaving it all purple. It'll be like, here's 6 drills, it'll be pink. And one of my crafty friends and a shop owner actually showed me that when I was rendering Hannah's image from Iterations Crafts. I turned her image, I licensed it from her and turned it into a cross-stitch conversion. So you will see that soon at some point. But I turned a custom image into a cross-stitch pattern. So we ran it through Pixel Stitch, and I was like, why is it putting all these little green freckles all over the pharaoh's face? And she was like, oh, sometimes it's trying to the software is trying to create subtle differences in color for more detail, but it just gets it off for whatever reason. The software just reads it oddly, and she's like, that's an easy fix. You just go in there and make note of that, and so when you get to that part in your pattern, you use the actual skin tone and not the random green freckles, you know. And there was like maybe 20 of them on the side of the pharaoh's face. She's like, yeah, sometimes software just spits out this weird stuff, and that's why hand charting is important, because you go through and you clean all that up and you make colors more uniform, and I don't see any of that on McKeeling. So yeah, I noticed that as I started working on the first end of the cloud. I was like, I mean, yeah, from a far enough distance it's gonna look okay, but when you get, like, there shouldn't be a forest green next to a magenta, next to a dark blue, next to the black, you know, to make a black line. It's weird. I don't know. I'm just kind of at this point, I'm pushing through because I really want to see if those chartings will make a difference, or those color changes. I just did not account for all that random color changing, so I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make. If I had to do it again, I might stop myself and spend, you know, a good week or, you know, 2 weeks writing super intricate notes of like, make all of this black no matter what it says, you know, or make all of this color no matter what it says. But that's such a huge investment of time, and that's what DIY Moonshop should have done as the seller of this product. Like, at a certain point, I just need to, like, you know, I don't know. I think I've done plenty just to kind of show, or, you know, provide some, ideally, kind of useful information or educational info. So I was kind of kicking myself for not just completely recharting the entire thing, but it would just, and then to remember all of that, like, you know, to get to a certain section, be like, don't forget, even though there's these 8 colors here, you're going to change that to these 3. You know, like, it's just, yeah, customers shouldn't have to do that. It was enough, I think it was more than enough for me to spend that time recharting some of those colors. And I hope people like that information. That last video where I did the pixel stitch tutorial, that should have gone up yesterday at the time of you seeing this. So I hope you like that. I think that was probably the most informative out of all of them. I feel like my unboxing was just kind of me being a little shocked with what I saw and not really knowing what was going on. And I've listened to it a couple of times just to make sure I was coming off, you know, kindly and professionally, all that stuff. And I don't take, side note, I don't take me saying like, they just don't do this thing that they claim that they're doing, or this isn't right. I don't consider that bashing. I'm just being very honest of what I'm observing. You know, if I was like, this looks like trash, or this reminds me of XYZ company that sells their kits for $6, like, none of that. And I would never say anything like that. Like, these are still people's jobs. I got the canvas. Somebody did some work. I mean, I have it. So that's not my style. I'm just also not gonna sugarcoat it with like well, maybe they did this and maybe this happened this one time. I'm just calling it like how I see it in front of me. And it's just very clear that nobody hand charted or took a look at that rendering. It just was like click, save, send, you know? So yeah, I don't even know where I was going to wrap that up. But yeah, I just hope that people find that information helpful or useful. Oh, I was saying, I feel like my unboxing was just kind of like, just me kind of taking it all in but I also didn't see everything, because I think I mentioned like the skin tone and a couple other colors, but then by the end of the video, I was like, whoa, there's a lot wrong here, you know? So I was like, wow, I didn't even mention this or this or this. And I think it's just because it's an unboxing, you know, I wasn't going to sit there and analyze it too deep, but I think you could get the gist that it just wasn't looking right. And then the next video was just kind of like me kind of just being a little dumbfounded by the response that I got from DIY Moonshop of like, once you put all those colors together, it'll look like the original image. I'm like, what? That's not how that's not how that works. I mean, it might bring together the rendering as far as like detail and stuff, having the drills down and seeing those color transitions, but you can't put a cornflower blue next to a pumpkin orange and then tell me when it's done it's gonna look like two really bright, nearly neon colors. You know, like that's just not how eyesight and colors work. This isn't a blue and what was it? This isn't a blue and black, white and gold dress situation, you know. So that vlog, it was really just kind of me, you know, I was just like, what? Like I said in the video, I just felt a little gaslit in that situation. And then yesterday's video was like, after I had kind of calmed down and I was like, how do I turn this situation into something that'll be useful for crafters who may have experienced something similar? Like, how do I fix this, you know? And how do I not just turn this into me ranting about this kit forever? And how do I provide something that's gonna actually, like, some value? And I was like, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna split the canvas down the middle, and I'm gonna show people how and why I decided to go with these colors. So I really hope that last one's the one that I think is probably the most beneficial. Like, I don't want to be someone that's just ranting and raving, and you know, that's just not at all what I want my channel to be or my style. But I was trying to explain this to my buddies too. Of course, they're like, "You don't care, Anthony," but I still tell them about all of my shop, my not all of my, but like this current shop issue. Pretty much the only one that I've had like that, like this. You know, sure, I'll be missing a color here and there, but nothing like this. So I was just like, I feel like when it doesn't take much to impress me. What impresses me is like customer service, like good customer service, kindness, a sense of feeling that that shop owner or employees are passionate about what they do, alongside the quality. But I can look past and, you know, I'm, like I said, not bothered by that glue. Like, sure, it's a little slippery, but I think it's fine, you know? And the drills, fantastic. Like, I'm not one to be like, I don't like this, so everything about it's got to be bad in my head. Like, there are some good things about what I'm seeing from that DIY Moonshop kit. And their artists that they're able to license are just, there's some of the best out there, you know, some just incredible pieces of artwork. It's just a bummer that they might not be doing those artists right by the kits that they're sending out, at least from what I've seen. And so I was like, I will love on a company that's made mistakes in the past or screwed up or been caught up in this XYZ, because they've treated me right. They seem to be treating other people right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I am not a hard sell. I'm really not. Like, I give my money to stores probably a lot easier than I should, which is why I have the stash that I have. So I'm not a hard sell. I'm pretty easy to please. So it takes a number of things to go wrong for me to go into the mode of like, okay, I need to share this experience and I need to figure out how to make the best of it. And so I think even if that conversation with DIY Moonshop would have gone another way, where they're like, even if they were like, okay, well, what DMCs are you seeing that are an issue for you? Okay, well, we'd be willing to send those to you at XYZ cost or something. But just to be brazen or like unabashedly like, nope, check your monitor. I was just like, huh. I mean, they did say thank you for bringing the issue to our attention, but they were saying the issue of the image on their site not being too small. They said they were going to put a bigger image on there so people can really see what they're being sold. And what's funny is I think they put a new image up there with the dimmer colors, but it's still the same size. It's still teeny tiny. I saved that image to compare it to the one that was up when I first unboxed this kit, and I think it is a different image, but it's not any bigger. It's just dim. So it's like, don't tell me you're gonna do that and then on the slide just change the coloring. At least this is allegedly what I'm thinking happened, is change the color to match your poor rendering. That's not the solution. It just is like, I don't know, man. That's strange. Like, I've never had this type of interaction or this weirdness working with any other shop, both in my skincare side, which was like tens, maybe 100 different brands from Korea, US, all over the world, and certainly not in diamond painting, where I'm just left a little flabbergasted of like, what's going on? It's very strange. So yeah, it's just weird. And if it wasn't so weird, I wouldn't be talking about it as much. But it's like, I don't know, I'm not mad, definitely disappointed, you know, that's money spent. But I think I'm gonna be able to, I'll feel better about it if there's like one person that was able to use that process to fix their kit, you know? The other thing I did notice, and granted, I said as much, I don't plan on buying from them again, but there were a lot of people, and as of today, only the unboxing's gone up, so I don't even know what the responses are gonna be to the other two videos, but there was a lot of people that were like, I was on the fence about this, but now after seeing this, I won't give them a dime of my money. I'm like, please don't use such strong word. Like, I mean, that wasn't my intention, is to like, get people to be like, well, now I'm never. It's more of like, in my head, it was kind of like, this is just, you know, you might still, even after all this, be like, yeah, that's great, but I can't not buy Margaret Morales' artwork, or I can't not buy, you know, this artist's artwork because I'm so in love with it and they're the only people that have it. So there's still going to be people that do that, but it's just like, still be aware of some of the issues you might face. And that's kind of where I was coming from. It wasn't like a call to arms or anything like that. Like, I don't care, buy whatever you want from wherever you want. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. All I can do is just share what happened with my particular kit. So I don't know, it freaked me out a little bit, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like that wasn't my intention to get that reaction from people like, that's right, I'll never. And it's just like, but I did say that in that second video, in that vlog. I said I'll never buy from them again. So I guess that's a pretty strong stance, but it's me, it's just honest. Like I said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You know, if I'm easy to please, that's all I'll say. I'm easy to please. So just kind of take that in juxtaposition from what happened with DIY Moonshop. But I think this might be the last time that I talk about it in this length from a these are the issues and this is what happened standpoint. I think going forward, I'll just provide status updates on my work on that kit and anything I'm noticing. Or I'll just say, you know, my whip is McKeeling and I'm about 2.5 columns done and things are going well. Like, I'll leave it at that, because I really don't want to keep harping on this, because it will get played out, and I've seen that happen with other content creators where it's like, let it go, let it go, you know. So, but I also like to provide context because I'm not trying to be an anti-shop person. I'm just trying to be honest. And it's, you know, it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, this will probably be the last time I talk about this at length. It'll just be status updates, and then I'll probably just provide a finish. I might do a more in-depth. Hold on, just a second. Hi. I might do a more in-depth update once I'm finished with the side of the canvas that will be. Oh my word. The side of the canvas I'm working on now, that's all the colors that DIY Moonshot picked. Once I finish that, so I get about 40% done with it, then I'll probably do a little kind of quasi post review of half of a kit, just to kind of give you an update, see how I feel with all of their colors down. You know, did I change my mind? Did it really all come together like they said? All that good stuff, which I'm totally open to. If I finish this half of it or 40%, I'm like, you know what? That looks completely serviceable. Then I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but I have my doubts. And then I'll do the other half, or the other 60%, once I get my drills in from Jade. So anyway, that's enough about McKeeling. That poor thing just can't catch a break from me. Jeez Louise. But yeah, I hope everyone takes that for what it is me just trying to, hey, sir, we're not doing this. He wants to be off leash so he can run and go nuts, but we're too close to the car now. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead, eat your leash. Why are you wigging out? We've almost done 5 miles, and you're just like, it's not enough. It's not enough. Come on. I do not care. Apollo, I don't care. Sorry. I should just let him. Well, actually, there's prairie dogs over here. You're a crazy dog. So yeah, that's that on that. It's that part of the frustration of the interaction, the frustration of seeing what I saw is kind of over now. Now it's about turning this into something positive, and so that's kind of going to be my focus. But yeah, it's definitely a big part of my diamond painting journey / life right now. So anyway, yeah, so that's kind of everything. I'm going to keep going on McKeeling and alternate that with Senorita until the time comes to either, you know, swap because I've got my Jaded Gem Shop drills in, or swap because it's time for summer with the Masters. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure that out and just keep trucking along. As far as upcoming content, I plan on doing a lot more hikes with Apollo. I've started to incorporate longer hikes on the weekdays as well, because I'm trying to do on the weekends maybe short, intense hikes that are further away, and then during the weekdays start doing stuff like this, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 miles a night, and try to start jogging a little bit more frequently instead of just walking them. So you may start to see some more consistent, just like diamond paint. I was calling them, when I was working on Senorita and doing a lot of time lapses, I started calling them Jaded Jam Sesh, where it wasn't me talking at all, or it would be a very short, like 2-minute intro of like, hey guys, and then it was just music. But the problem with that is a time lapse goes very fast. So an hour of diamond painting can fit into like 18, 20 seconds of content, of time lapse. Hold on. Okay. So I would be diamond painting for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'd be like, all right, I have a minute of a song. And I was like, this isn't sustainable. Because I was like, ooh, we'll do like 15 minutes, 20 minutes of jamming out. It'll just be some fun music, you know, like that'll be fun. And I was like, I would have to diamond paint for like 2 days straight just to get through like 2 songs, you know? And so I kind of stopped doing that, but I think I might start reviving it in the form of nature walks or hikes throughout the week, because I'll probably have 3 or 4 of those a week to put up, but there's just no way I can talk that much. But I think it would still be nice to maybe get some little daily music dose in, if that's what you want to listen to. And I'll call them something. I'm not going to call them Jaded Jam Sesh because they'll be outdoors, and maybe I will mix in some diamond painting time lapse, but it'll be like us going on this hike at 4 times speed to some music for like, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever, 15 minutes. And maybe I'll throw in some diamond painting stuff, like some time lapses. But I've got to think of a name. Maybe I don't know. But I thought it would be cool. I love having the camera on. It just makes me feel fun, and I like sharing our walks and stuff. So I was like, I could still do that, but just put them to some music and just sprinkle them in throughout the week. You know, maybe you don't see every single time we come out, but a couple times a week, just a little jam sesh, you know, put that on and get some chores done, or diamond paint with some music. And I try to mix it up, my genres too. Like I did K-pop one time. I picked a song from what I believe to be a Filipino artist for my time lapse of kitting up Makiling. Sometimes for like the old masters stuff or older images, I pick like with Head of Medusa, I did a lot of like Renaissance sounds. Other times it's just kind of study beats or like lo-fi stuff, just kind of like electronic, kind of slow, jammy kind of stuff. Sometimes I'll do actual like jam band kind of stuff. So I try to go all over the place, country sometimes or folk. So I try to mix it up. But yeah, be on the lookout for those. For people that are like really not into the music part, those definitely won't be for you. So I will title them something differently. That way you have the opportunity to skip those posts. But I've also gotten feedback that people like it. So I'm just gonna do it all. We're doing it all, people. Okay, there you go. All right, well, that's that. We did 5.06 miles. We burnt about 700 calories, and we went for just under 2 hours. So nice little Sunday jaunt. And that was me saying, oh, we'll just do like 2-3 miles. And I'm not going to talk through the whole thing. I talked to you for 2 hours. So for anyone that's like, I don't like the music, more talking, this is why we do music sometimes. Which I appreciate that feedback. So I've been trying to, you know, I will keep doing a lot of talking, and we'll be doing music. Well, we're doing it all. So I hope everybody gets a little something. But that's it. Up, up. Good boy. Stay right there, and I'm going to get you some water. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I need to grab the water from the back in his bowl. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of this content. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Say bye, Apollo. Apollo. Say bye. He's like, I'm hot. Water. Okay, bye.